Country Homestead. It's Felicia, and if you know me or you've been following our videos at all, so got a haircut and a hair color, so here it is. It's too hot for long hair. That's pretty much what it comes down to. It's hot and I'm not about it. So chopped my hair off, but I just thought I'd bring you guys out here, update you on some things, show you what the garden's looking like in this terrible heat. Also show you an update on the baby chicks that we got last week, and talk about some things that I'm going to be starting from seed for now, and then later on when it comes down to like the fall garden and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and just walk you guys around the garden first and show you how the plants are doing. Alright, so my tomato plants are hanging in there. I've been getting some ripe ones that I've been working on. There's still some plants that haven't given me any ripe fruit yet, but I know it's coming. Some of them are getting ridiculously huge and are just falling all over the place because I'm running out of room to tie them up. I think that one's probably at least 8 feet if I stand it up, but I don't want to break it, so I'm just going to let it do its thing. Got one blushing there. Peppers that are starting to turn. Right here's one that's getting close. And then I've got some that are giving me some jalapenos that are getting started. I have a bunch on my other plants. These peppers on this end of the garden aren't doing as well, probably because of the shade. I've got some okra. I've harvested some okra. I've got some that are starting to get ready. My trellises, I haven't planted a whole lot on my trellises as far as climbing stuff because I'm new, and some things that I thought I planted ended up being bushier plants than climbing plants because rookie status. But my cucamelons are filling in and it looks pretty cool. I've got my Black Beauty tomatoes over here. This thing has given me a lot of tomatoes. If you've ever wondered how do you know if they're ripe besides feeling them, if you look, they also get red down at the bottom. So this one is pretty close. I mean, it could probably go a little longer, but I'll leave it for one more day, I think. But the bugs are getting my tomatoes pretty bad, so a lot of them that I've been harvesting have been pretty damaged. So I've put some neem oil on. That seems to have helped. I got some cherry ones here. We had a huge harvest yesterday, so there's not a lot. I had some different things planted over here, but I pulled them all up because the heat is pretty much killing them. So that'll be where a lot of my fall planting goes. Some more cherries. Oh, look at that one. Pepper plants. These, I think, I'm really bad. I didn't label anything. I think these were supposed to be Tabasco peppers. But they haven't given me anything. They took forever to get started and then haven't flowered yet, so who knows what will happen with those. These guys over here, I haven't gotten any peppers on yet either. I promise I have peppers though. I've got some blushing on a tomato there. You can just tell, like, oh, look at those leaves curling. The heat is just getting to be too much. Ooh, but isn't that pretty? Let me get out of the... Look! Isn't that so pretty? Oh, so pretty. Now, I do have tons of peppers on this plant. Look at all those jalapenos. That's going to be a chocolate pepper. This is going to be some bell peppers. They're itty bitty. I harvested a couple of huge jalapenos on this plant the other day, but I've got some more there that I can probably take whenever I want. That's the raised beds. Over here I have my in-ground garden. And this watermelon took over these tomato plants as I thought they would. But I do have, look at that huge watermelon. So excited. I've got a couple more in here that are getting pretty big. More tomato plants along this trellis. Got a bunch of bell pepper plants that are really giving me some good peppers despite their size. I mean, they're not really huge plants, but I'm getting a lot of really good sized peppers on them. You can kind of see, I don't know. The sun is so bright, I can't really tell if I'm getting a good view on these, so I apologize if this is not very good to see. Jalapenos, lots of them. And then we have the sea of green, which is where my squash and cucumbers have basically taken over. Enter at your own risk. We are not liable for any lost children. But we've been getting tons of cucumbers. I have so many pickles in our pantry right now. Look at that squash plant. Can you believe I haven't even gotten one stinking squash to eat off that thing? My squash, I guess my bees haven't been coming over to the squash. I've had to hand pollinate a little bit. Finally got 2 squash that I can actually eat in my kitchen right now, but they've just been rotting off, and I guess it's pollination because after I hand pollinated, I did get a few that were ready to eat. These are the patty pan squash. Like there's one that's about ready. Oh, let me get out of the, there we go. I think that's better. So, alright, so before we get to checking on the animals and stuff, I just want to talk about some different things that I'm going to go ahead and start today as far as seeds go. I've got some different slicer tomatoes, so I'm looking down here so I don't forget anything. But I've got some different slicer tomatoes that I'd like to start. I still have plenty out here that are going to ripen for me to pick, but I've pretty much been eating them fresh as they've been ripening. And I put back some in the freezer, but I'd really like to get a lot canned because we do lots of chili and we like spaghetti and we do lots of like rotel and just, we use a lot of diced tomatoes. So I would like to get a lot of those put back in my pantry. And so we've got a long enough time before our first frost that I should be able to get another round of tomatoes in. And so I'm not going to do the cherries because I have loads of cherries in the freezer on my counter that are going to be ready to pick soon. So I'm not going to start any more cherry tomatoes. I'm just going to do some slicers. And so I've got, I think like 3 or 4 different varieties of slicers that I'm going to start. I'm going to try to do some more of my herbs because it's just been so hot. My herbs haven't done well. I got them started too late. So I'm going to do some parsley, cilantro, basil, that sort of stuff. Let's see. Beans. I'm going to do more beans. Green beans. The purple ones that turn green, I'm going to plant those today. I planted some beans and they did well until it got hot and then, well, they died. But it was just enough to eat fresh. It wasn't any to can, and I'd like to can some. So I'm going to try those again. I'm going to try some chamomile. I don't even know if right now is when you try chamomile. Never grown chamomile, but chamomile tea sounds like awesome. So I want to grow some. And the package says that they're cold hardy, so why not? There's tons of seeds. If I mess up, I'll just try again. I'm going to try some more squash. I have time to grow some more patty pan squash. Since they have not done good, I'm hoping that maybe if I get another round going, I can be more mindful of hand pollinating them, and I can get some more. And that's it for now. But I am going to do like peas, lettuce, spinach, maybe some kale, carrots, all of that, but those I'm not going to start until a little later because it's still too hot to get those started. So if you are planning a fall garden, I would love to know what you plan on starting because this is my first year with anything. I've never kept a plant alive for more than like 2 weeks, so go me. But if you're starting some stuff, I would love to know what they are. There's so much more that I wanted to start and that I had anticipated on starting. Sorry, I'm talking really fast, getting excited. But I don't think I'm going to have the time or the room right now to do that. Plan on doing that next year. School starts back here in about a month. Super pumped. Love it. I'm so ready to be back to being a teacher again. But that's going to take a lot of my time away. Like a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old don't already take all of my time away from gardening. But I don't want to get in over my head and then kill a bunch of stuff when I can use the seeds next year. But I still really love to know what you're starting because there might be some fall crops that I'm not even aware of. So if you could, put in the comments below what you're planning on growing this fall because I want to know. Alright, so let's go check out the animals. Alright, here's the goaties. I had to give them a little air time because, let's be honest, there's people that only watch these videos for goats. Because I used to be one of those people. They're so sweet. They're so hot. It's miserable out here. Well, hello. Penny, you got Buddy. I don't know if this is a hen or a rooster. We got her, him, it, as a pullet. We thought. It's hot. Look at it panting. But it's kind of looking like a rooster. I can't really tell. It acts like a rooster. It's the boss. Nothing real spectacular happening out here with the animals. Just, you know, drinking some water, eating some bugs, not laying any eggs. Yeah, so they're not laying any eggs. I don't know if it's because it's hot out. They've got plenty of calcium, protein. They don't seem sick. I mean, like, they're healthy. They're not losing their feathers. Oh my gosh. Seriously? Pushing me around? But, yeah, so I'm not really sure what's going on. I'm assuming it's the heat. We're going to keep an eye on it, but if you have any ideas, let me know. They have plenty of water. They've got like 5 places to get water out here. Plenty of shade. I don't know. We did kill a huge snake in the coop the other day. Maybe they're spooked. I don't know. But I miss having eggs. So this Easter egger chicken probably has to be one of my favorite. It's a her, but doesn't she look like an old man? Like she's grumpy? Oh, come here. Sorry, my goats are pushing me around. What are you doing? You want lovin's? They're so sweet. They just don't like anybody else to have my attention. They say, we're your favorite. Shh. Okay, so while I'm walking over, I'm heading over to the shop so that we can check out the baby chicks we got a week ago. And, yeah, they've already grown, like, a lot. So I'm excited to show you guys and kind of talk about what's been happening with them. Alright, so here they are. We started out with 50. Unfortunately now we have 46. We've lost 4. I'm not really sure what it was. It could have just been stress due to shipping. We did contact Hoover's Hatchery, which is where we got them, and they did refund us for 3 of the 4 because they do have a 48-hour guarantee, and 3 of the 4 were lost within those 48 hours. But the only thing I can guess is that it was stress due to shipping because everybody else seems to be doing just fine. You can tell by the light there that we did end up adding some heat. I originally said we didn't have any heat in here because it was flipping hot in here. It was like over 90 degrees. But, I mean, over 90. It was like a couple degrees shy of 100, I think. But we did end up adding that because at night it's still dropping down to like, I don't know, like 75 in here. So we added that. They stay clear of it during the day, obviously. But they do go under there at night. So we did end up needing to have some heat in here. Other times that we've had them in... my phone died. Sorry, guys. No more for today. Please subscribe and comment to tell me about your fall garden. Catch you next time.